Welcome. Today we're taking a quick look at the top 4 commemorative $quarter coins from the United States of America. These quarters celebrate history, culture, and national pride, and their value can change depending on condition, mint marks, and special finishes. From circulated finds to uncirculated and proof examples, small details can make a big difference for collectors. Let's get started. First up, the United States of America commemorative $quarter coin from Oregon, issued in 2005, is a coin that at first glance may seem ordinary but carries layers of history, culture, and collectible intrigue that make it remarkable in the world of numismatics. Many people have likely held this coin without giving it a second thought, spending it in daily transactions or finding it loose in pocket change, but once you examine it closely, you realize that it is much more than simple currency. This coin is a physical piece of American history, designed to honor Oregon and to represent its unique contribution to the nation. The 50-state quarters program, which this coin is part of, was a project that fundamentally transformed the way people interacted with coins in the United States, turning them from mundane objects into storytellers of state pride and national identity, creating excitement among collectors, families, and children who suddenly began looking at their coins with curiosity and appreciation. This Oregon quarter was minted with a P mint mark, indicating it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest and most historic minting facilities in the country. The Philadelphia Mint carries a reputation for quality, precision, and historical significance, being the birthplace of United States coinage. A P mint mark adds a layer of identity to the coin, linking it to this central institution and giving collectors a reference point for its origin. Philadelphia minted coins often attract attention for this reason, and even circulated examples can become sought after because of their production origin. The circulated condition of this coin tells a story that pristine mint state coins cannot. It has been in real use, carried through countless hands, exchanged in transactions, and handled by people from all walks of life. Every scratch, small dent, and softened edge adds character to the coin and reflects its journey. Circulated coins have a personality and authenticity that uncirculated coins, while technically flawless, often lack. This particular quarter has endured the natural wear and tear of decades of circulation, giving it a unique texture and tone that makes it fascinating to examine for both casual observers and serious collectors. The golden hue of this commemorative coin stands out among other coins in circulation, making it easily recognizable even from a distance. The design, color, and texture all work together to draw the eye and invite inspection. On the obverse, George Washington's portrait maintains its dignity and composure. Washington, a symbol of leadership, integrity, and the foundation of the United States, has appeared on the quarter for generations, and his presence continues to anchor this coin in American tradition. Despite the wear of circulation, the details of Washington's profile remain clear, showing that the craftsmanship of the mint was precise and resilient. The inscriptions around his portrait reaffirm the national identity and values associated with the coin. Turning the coin over reveals the design that makes Oregon's quarter truly special. At the center is the beaver, a creature deeply tied to the state's history and identity. The beaver represents hard work, determination, and the importance of natural resources to Oregon's economy, especially during the early fur trade period that helped establish the state's economic foundation. Oregon is unique in featuring the beaver on its official state flag, further highlighting its importance as a symbol. The engraving of the beaver is detailed and balanced, and even in circulated condition, the animal's shape, posture, and fine details remain distinct, a testament to the skill of the designers and engravers. The year 2005 places this coin in a pivotal moment in the 50-state quarters program, a period when millions of Americans began to actively seek out and collect state quarters. Families and children used these coins as tools for learning geography, history, and civic pride, and the Oregon quarter became part of countless personal stories and family traditions. The coin's circulated condition suggests that it was part of daily life and yet managed to retain its design clarity, showing a balance between use and preservation. The P mint mark adds another layer of interest for collectors who track mint origin. Philadelphia minted quarters often hold special significance due to the mint's historical legacy and its consistent quality. Even when circulated, these coins maintain a connection to the minting process, making them valuable for study, collection, and appreciation. Collectors appreciate coins that show real life wear because it reflects authentic history, not just the perfection of a coin stored away for decades. Circulated coins are like small historical artifacts, telling stories of the people and places they have touched. The Oregon quarter also carries a cultural and educational significance. It represents Oregon's natural resources, its pioneering history, and its contributions to the nation's identity. The coin reminds us that every state has a unique story worth telling, and the 50-state quarters program succeeded in making people more aware of these stories. It encourages individuals to explore, research, and appreciate the history embedded in everyday objects. Each coin is more than just metal. It is a narrative captured in a tangible form, a miniature monument to state pride and heritage. This coin demonstrates that modern coins are not devoid of historical interest. While it may not have the age of early American coinage, its symbolism, program context, and the story of circulation make it a piece that both collectors and casual observers can appreciate. The circulated Oregon quarter tells the story of an era when the nation collectively rediscovered its coinage, and when families and individuals began seeing quarters not just as money but as pieces of art and history. It connects people to the culture and geography of Oregon in a very real, tactile way, and each mark and scratch tells a story of the coin's journey through everyday life. Even small details, like the raised lettering and the smooth surfaces in certain areas, tell a story of design, minting quality, and how the coin interacted with the world over the years. The coin's edges, slightly softened through circulation, show movement and real-life use, evidence that it was truly part of the American experience. The fact that it remains recognizable, visually appealing, and structurally sound despite these years of handling speaks volumes about the craftsmanship behind its creation. Collectors value coins like this because they represent both accessibility and uniqueness. Circulated coins are approachable, yet when tied to a first-year state issue or a specific mint mark, they gain layers of significance. The Oregon quarter fulfills this perfectly. It is widely known, commonly seen, yet still capable of capturing attention and admiration. Next up, the United States of America commemorative $quarter coin from Alabama, issued in 2003, is far more than a simple piece of change. It is a tangible symbol of history, heritage, and the pride of a state that played a critical role in the development of the nation. While many people have held quarters like this in their hands, few realize the rich story that each coin carries, from its design choices to its minting origin and the cultural symbolism embedded within its small metal surface. The Alabama quarter is part of the larger 50-state quarters program, a project that transformed the everyday coin into a miniature monument of American identity, geography, and history, captivating collectors, families, and educators across the country in a way that few other modern coins have done. This coin was struck with a D mint mark, indicating that it came from the Denver Mint, one of the nation's most important and historically significant minting facilities. The Denver Mint has a long tradition of producing millions of coins with precision and consistency, and coins from this mint are often closely studied by collectors who pay attention to small details, subtle variations, and historical context. The D mint mark adds a layer of identity and collectability, allowing enthusiasts to trace the coin back to its origin, and to appreciate the quality and craftsmanship that comes from such an important institution. The coin's good condition tells a story of careful handling and use over the years. Unlike coins that are circulated heavily, this Alabama quarter shows only minor signs of wear, which preserves much of the sharpness and clarity of its intricate designs. Each scratch, mark, or slight discoloration tells a story of life, commerce, and interaction, providing a sense of realism that pristine coins, while visually perfect, sometimes lack. Coins in good condition strike a balance between historical authenticity and visual appeal, making them attractive for collectors who want tangible evidence of use without losing the integrity of the design. On the obverse side, the familiar portrait of George Washington immediately establishes continuity with the nation's past. Washington has been featured on the quarter for generations, symbolizing leadership, unity, and the enduring ideals of the United States. Even on a circulated coin, the details of his profile remain crisp and recognizable, with his hair, facial features, and expression retaining their dignity. The inscriptions surrounding the portrait anchor the coin firmly in American identity, reminding the holder that every state quarter is part of a larger national story while celebrating regional significance. Turning the coin over reveals the design that makes Alabama's quarter so unique and memorable. The reverse depicts Helen Keller with an outstretched hand alongside a child reading a book, a design that pays tribute to one of Alabama's most famous and inspirational figures. Helen Keller's story of overcoming adversity and her lifelong work advocating for education, equality, and human rights resonates deeply, making this quarter more than just currency. It becomes a narrative of resilience, compassion, and achievement. The details of her profile, the child, and the accompanying inscriptions are beautifully rendered, showcasing the precision and artistry of the mint's engravers. The D mint mark further enhances the coin's collectible value. Coins struck at the Denver Mint are often associated with strong production standards, and collectors know that mint location can play a significant role in a coin's long-term appeal. This Alabama quarter is a perfect example of how a modern coin can carry both educational significance and collectible value, offering a tangible connection to both the state's history and the broader American story. The 50-state quarters program itself revolutionized coin collecting in the United States. Before its launch, many people treated coins as disposable or mundane, rarely noticing their designs or origins. This program transformed coins into teaching tools, storytelling devices, and objects of fascination. Children learned geography, history, and state symbolism by studying these quarters, while adults rediscovered the joy of collecting. Alabama's quarter, with its thoughtful design and historical significance, exemplifies the educational and cultural power of this initiative. Circulated coins, like this Alabama quarter in good condition, have a unique appeal. They provide evidence of real-world use, showing that the coin has moved through commerce, wallets, and pockets, participating in the everyday lives of Americans. Each minor imperfection is a testament to the coin's journey, making it more than just a collector's item. It is a small artifact of lived experience, carrying with it the stories of countless transactions and personal interactions. The coin's visual design, including its coloration, reflects both its age and its careful handling. The soft golden hue, contrasted with the raised elements of the design, draws the eye and invites close inspection. Collectors and casual observers alike are often fascinated by the way light interacts with the coin's surface, revealing fine details of the engraving that might otherwise go unnoticed. Alabama's quarter also has a strong symbolic resonance. By featuring Helen Keller, it highlights the values of perseverance, education, and advocacy, connecting the coin to human achievement as well as state pride. This design choice distinguishes Alabama's quarter from many other state quarters, making it a memorable and culturally significant piece within the larger 50-state program. Collectors often seek out coins like this Alabama quarter because they combine several desirable qualities: historical and cultural significance, attractive design, limited production context, and the D-Mint mark, which provides a clear link to the Denver Mint's heritage. Even in circulated or good condition, these coins are valued for the narrative they carry and the connections they represent. The educational impact of this coin should not be underestimated. State quarters became tools for families and teachers, helping younger generations learn about geography, history, and the contributions of individual states to the nation. Alabama's quarter, featuring a figure as significant as Helen Keller, serves as a catalyst for discussion, research, and inspiration. Each coin also represents the meticulous work of the U.S. Mint, from the initial design concept to the final striking. The engraver's attention to detail ensures that figures like Helen Keller are rendered accurately and with dignity, while inscriptions are clear and legible. Circulated coins preserve much of this artistry, allowing collectors and enthusiasts to appreciate the craftsmanship even after years of use. The balance between circulation and condition is part of what makes this coin appealing. While it shows evidence of use, the design elements remain prominent, demonstrating the resilience of both the minting process and the material used. Collectors often find that this balance between history and preservation is more engaging than a perfect, uncirculated coin, which lacks the story of daily life. The D-Mint mark itself carries significance beyond mere origin. Coins from Denver have often been associated with certain production qualities, including precise strikes and consistent design execution. Next up, the United States of America commemorative $quarter coin from South Carolina, issued in the year 2000, is much more than a simple piece of pocket change. At first glance, it may look like a regular quarter, something easily overlooked in wallets, cash drawers, or coin jars, but upon closer examination, it becomes clear that this coin carries history, symbolism, and artistry that make it a remarkable collectible. The 50-state quarters program, of which this South Carolina coin is a part, was a groundbreaking initiative that transformed everyday currency into miniature ambassadors of state pride, American heritage, and cultural storytelling. People across the country began paying attention to coins in ways they had never done before, turning ordinary quarters into tools for education, connection, and fascination. South Carolina's quarter was struck with a P Mint mark, indicating production at the Philadelphia Mint. The Philadelphia Mint is one of the oldest and most historically significant mints in the United States, responsible for producing coins that have circulated through the country for generations. The P Mint mark adds an important layer of identity and authenticity to the coin. Collectors pay close attention to these marks, as they not only indicate the place of origin but also reflect the mint's long-standing reputation for precision, quality, and consistency. Coins from Philadelphia have always been associated with historical significance, and the P Mint mark connects this coin to the nation's early numismatic traditions. This particular South Carolina quarter is in very fine condition, meaning it has been well cared for, with details that remain sharp and recognizable despite minor circulation. The wear it exhibits tells a story of real-world use without compromising the beauty or clarity of its design. Each slight mark or softened edge represents the coin's journey through the hands of ordinary Americans, spent, saved, and carried over time. Circulated coins like this balance authenticity with aesthetics, offering collectors both a sense of history and a visually appealing object to examine. On the obverse, the familiar portrait of George Washington anchors the coin in national identity. Washington's profile has graced the quarter for generations, symbolizing leadership, unity, and the enduring values of the United States. Even in very fine condition, the details of his face, hair, and expression remain crisp, demonstrating the precision and artistry of the mint. The inscriptions surrounding his portrait emphasize the country's identity and reinforce the coin's purpose as both currency and a medium of historical storytelling. Turning the coin over, the reverse design captures the essence of South Carolina. The design features the palmetto tree, a symbol of the state's strength, resilience, and history. The palmetto is intertwined with the state's role in the Revolutionary War, particularly the defense of Fort Moultrie, where palmetto logs famously absorbed British cannon fire. The design also incorporates the state motto and other emblematic elements that connect the coin to South Carolina's unique heritage. The intricate details of the tree, the surrounding landscape, and the lettering demonstrate the skill of the U.S. Mint's engravers, ensuring that the design remains both visually compelling and historically meaningful even after decades of circulation. The P Mint mark further enhances the coin's appeal. Coins from the Philadelphia Mint are renowned for their consistency and quality, and collectors often seek these coins for their distinctive production characteristics. The very fine condition of this coin ensures that the mint's craftsmanship is still visible, with all major design elements intact and legible. This makes it particularly desirable for both casual collectors and serious numismatists who focus on state quarters, mint marks, and condition. Circulated coins like this one offer a unique perspective on history because they show evidence of use. Unlike coins preserved in pristine conditions, a very fine coin carries the story of its journey through the economy, from cash registers to wallets and back again. Each minor scratch, toning mark, or softened edge reflects the interaction of the coin with everyday life, adding a layer of authenticity that cannot be replicated in mint state examples. The South Carolina quarter also holds educational value. Part of the 50-state quarters program, it was designed to teach Americans about the nation's geography, history, and culture. Children and adults alike learn to identify states, research symbols, and explore the stories behind each design. This coin serves as a miniature lesson in history and civics, demonstrating how art and currency can intersect to create meaningful learning experiences. The artistic elements of this coin are remarkable, especially considering the small canvas the mint had to work with. The palmetto tree is rendered with precision, showing texture, form, and a sense of depth. The surrounding inscriptions are clear and balanced, ensuring that the coin communicates both its identity and its story effectively. Even in very fine condition, these details remain prominent, allowing collectors and enthusiasts to appreciate the quality of the design fully. This coin also illustrates the importance of symbolism in currency. By featuring the palmetto tree, South Carolina's quarter connects the holder to a rich historical narrative. It commemorates the bravery and resilience of the state's citizens during the Revolutionary War and celebrates the natural beauty and identity of the region. Such symbolism transforms an ordinary quarter into a powerful representation of state pride and national heritage. Collectors value coins like this South Carolina quarter because they combine multiple factors: historical significance, artistic merit, mint origin, and condition. The P Mint mark links it to the Philadelphia Mint's legacy, while the very fine condition ensures that design elements are still visible and aesthetically pleasing. Together, these attributes create a coin that is both a collectible and a miniature historical document. The 50-state quarters program as a whole brought coins into the realm of cultural storytelling. Each state had the opportunity to express its identity, history, and values through a small, tangible object. South Carolina's quarter exemplifies this initiative, conveying history, symbolism, and pride in a format that millions of Americans could access, study, and appreciate. Even minor circulation wear does not diminish the coin's significance. Instead, it enhances the narrative, showing that the coin was actively used and appreciated by ordinary people. This combination of circulation and preservation makes very fine coins uniquely appealing. They are historical artifacts that retain beauty, clarity, and educational value. The coin also demonstrates the precision and artistry of the U.S. Mint. From the careful rendering of the palmetto tree to the placement of lettering and inscriptions, the design showcases technical skill and thoughtful consideration. Collectors often examine coins like this closely, appreciating the balance, clarity, and depth of the engraving, which remains visible even after years of handling. Coins like this one encourage people to look more closely at everyday objects. Something as ordinary as a quarter can hold stories of history, culture, and identity. It reminds us that value is not solely monetary but also educational, cultural, and emotional. Next up, the United States of America commemorative $quarter coin from South Carolina, minted in the year 2000, is a remarkable piece of numismatic art and history, embodying both the pride of the Palmetto State and the ingenuity of the 50-state quarters program. This coin is more than just legal tender. It is a miniature historical document, a symbol of state identity, and a collectible that draws the attention of both casual coin enthusiasts and serious numismatists alike. The 50-state quarters program, launched by the United States Mint in the late 1990s, transformed ordinary coins into highly sought-after collectibles, each design telling a story of the unique heritage, culture, and achievements of the 50 states. South Carolina's coin is a perfect example of this vision, capturing the state's spirit and history while appealing to collectors nationwide. This particular coin was produced with a D Mint mark, signifying that it originated from the Denver Mint. The Denver Mint has a long-standing reputation for producing high-quality coins with precision and consistency, making mint marks from this facility highly valued among collectors. The D Mint mark not only denotes the coin's place of origin but also connects it to a storied lineage of coin production in the United States, adding a layer of authenticity and collectible appeal. Collectors often seek coins with specific mint marks to complete sets, compare production quality across mints, and explore subtle variations that can exist in coins struck at different locations. The coin is in good condition, which indicates that while it has circulated, it has been handled with care, retaining a significant portion of its original design and detail. The wear present on the coin tells a story of its journey through American hands, participating in countless transactions, and interacting with ordinary lives while still maintaining its aesthetic and historical value. Coins in good condition strike a balance between authenticity and collectability, offering the visual satisfaction of a well-preserved piece along with the narrative richness that comes from real-world use. On the obverse, the familiar portrait of George Washington immediately establishes a connection to American history and tradition. Washington's profile, carefully engraved, symbolizes leadership, resilience, and the enduring values of the United States. Even in good condition, the portrait retains clarity, allowing the details of his hair, facial features, and expression to remain visible, showcasing the skill of the United States Mint's engravers. The inscriptions surrounding the portrait further root the coin in American identity, ensuring that it is not only a collectible but also a small ambassador of the nation's history. The reverse design, which is unique to South Carolina, depicts the iconic palmetto tree, a symbol deeply intertwined with the state's heritage and history. The palmetto tree is historically significant for its role during the Revolutionary War, particularly in the defense of Fort Moultrie, where palmetto logs famously absorbed British cannon fire, protecting the fort and its defenders. The coin's design also incorporates the state motto and other emblematic elements, creating a miniature narrative that celebrates South Carolina's historical achievements and natural beauty. The details are finely crafted, with careful attention to depth, texture, and composition, ensuring that the coin remains visually appealing even after years of circulation. The D Mint mark adds an additional dimension to the coin's collectible value. Coins struck at the Denver Mint are known for their consistency and high-quality strikes, and the presence of the mint mark provides collectors with a reference point for the coin's production history. Collectors who focus on mint marks often view Denver-produced coins as particularly desirable, making this South Carolina quarter a sought-after piece for those completing regional or national collections. Circulated coins like this one carry a unique charm because they reflect real-world usage. Unlike uncirculated coins, which remain untouched and perfect, circulated coins provide a tangible connection to everyday life, revealing minor scratches, toning, and wear that tell the story of the coin's journey. Each small imperfection adds character and authenticity, reminding collectors that this coin has been part of the lives of ordinary Americans while still preserving its identity and design. South Carolina's quarter is also an educational tool. Part of the 50-state quarters program, it was designed to help Americans, especially younger generations, learn about geography, state symbols, and historical figures. The palmetto tree, as depicted on the coin, serves as a prompt for exploration into the state's history, including its role in the Revolutionary War and its cultural significance. The coin thus functions as a miniature lesson in history and civics, turning everyday currency into an instrument of learning and curiosity. The artistic design of the coin is a testament to the skill of the U.S. Mint's engravers. The palmetto tree is rendered with precision, capturing its unique shape, texture, and symbolism, while the surrounding inscriptions provide balance and clarity. Even after years in circulation, the coin retains the integrity of the design, allowing collectors to appreciate the aesthetic quality and narrative power embedded in a piece barely an inch in diameter. Collectible coins are valued not just for their aesthetic qualities but for the stories they carry. This South Carolina quarter, with its D mint mark and good condition, embodies layers of meaning: historical, cultural, and numismatic. Its circulation history adds depth, while its design preserves the legacy of South Carolina's natural and historical symbols. Collectors are drawn to coins that combine visual appeal, historical resonance, and tangible connection to everyday life, and this coin satisfies all those criteria. The 50-state quarters program, exemplified by South Carolina's coin, encouraged Americans to engage with coins as cultural artifacts rather than mere currency. Each coin invited exploration, discussion, and appreciation, transforming an ordinary object into a source of pride and curiosity. Coins like this fostered national awareness, teaching people to value both their state's unique identity and their connection to a larger national story. Circulated coins in good condition demonstrate the balance between wear and preservation. While the coin shows signs of use, the primary design elements remain prominent, ensuring that the historical and artistic value is retained. This balance appeals to collectors who want a sense of authenticity and history without sacrificing visual appeal. The D mint mark is significant in the numismatic world because it connects the coin to one of the United States' key production facilities. The Denver Mint has a legacy of quality strikes, attention to detail, and historical importance, making coins from this location particularly desirable. This coin's mint mark allows collectors to trace its origin, compare it with other mint locations, and appreciate the subtleties of production differences across mints. Coins like this South Carolina quarter are more than currency. They are storytellers.